Yo dudes! Welcome to One Pot Vegan Lasagna. So here we are cooking the full lasagna in one pot.
You do not need an oven. It's simple. It takes about 30 minutes to make.
The full ingredients cost $11.85. We bought them this morning in Super Value. That is the receipt. And it'll take the guts of 30 minutes.
It's epic, student-tastic, and we're gonna get started now.
First up, so we're gonna soak our lasagna sheet just to minimize the time, and also that it means we can actually cook them in the pot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour the lasagna into a bowl. We're gonna take some olive oil. We're gonna pop in 1.5 tablespoons. Boiling water in.
It's always kind of handier to kind of separate them a little bit.
Just
rub a little bit of oil on them so that then they won't all stick together.
It's gonna make it easier for you as later on in the game.
Okay, now to get our tomato sauce on. Pan on a high heat.
Ooh, that's a high heat.
We've gone for quite a flat pan so that this kind of layers out and it'll be nice and decent.
In go 1 tablespoon of olive oil, or your oil of choice. Next step.
We have 1
diced onion.
medium to large size onion. In it goes.
3 cloves of garlic, chopped finely.
An interesting thing about this tomato sauce is that we're gonna put a little bit of chili through it. So I'm gonna put this is 1 small red chili. I like a bit of spice, so I'm gonna leave the seeds in it. But leave them out if you don't want them spicy. And then we'll just whack them in the pan as well.
Next step, we're gonna take courgette and mushrooms. We have 150 grams, 250 grams.
Yeah, it's quite a decent pack of mushrooms.
So we got 250 grams of mushrooms.
We're just using button here, but
if your budget could extend to it, I would go with oyster or shiitake.
Or shiitake, they're kind of more meatier.
Button won't do great. Okay, courgette. Okay, next step, we want to make this tomato sauce even meatier. So bring on sun-dried tomatoes. So these are the sun-dried tomatoes, the leathery ones, not the ones you'll find in oil. And the easiest way to chop them is
scissors. Yeah, it really is. You can use a knife if you want, but it's really simple.
They're quite leathery. Okay, so the courgettes have been frying for about 3 to 4 minutes. They're gone soft, or they're starting to go a little bit brown. C'est le temps de le vin rouge. So we have 100 ml of red wine. Don't worry, the alcohol will evaporate out of it.
And you don't need to have them in a cool little test tube thing. This is just, we just had them.
Roisin's Cool Edition. So the red wine, the mushrooms are really going to soak them up. You'll see now suddenly that extra bit of heat and that extra bit of sizzle. Fantastic.
If you don't want to use red wine, just leave it out and put maybe 100 ml of veg stock instead.
Okay, the wine is pretty much evaporated. Time now to get our tomato sauce on. So we have 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. That's each tin is 400 ml, or 400 grams. So that's 800 in.
We're going to add our delicious sun-dried tomatoes. So these are finely kind of chopped. They're just delicious. They're going to really meaty it all up.
Next step, let's add some tomato puree. Just going to make it thicker, more richer. So I'm going to take a 200 ml or gram tube, and I'm going to put in half.
I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to go in with a tablespoon of maple syrup.
So the maple syrup is just going to balance the acidity from the tomatoes.
And then it's a matter, we're just going to bring that to the boil and leave it simmer away for about 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay, our sauce is on. It's simmering away nicely. We've it in low heat. We're just going to leave it reduce and just thicken up. So while that's happening, it's time to make our cashew cream. Nice.
Okay, 300 grams of cashew nuts minus what you tax.
Into a blender or food processor.
I have 150 ml of veg stock.
Next step, we're going with a pinch of salt.
1.5 tablespoon of vinegar.
We're using apple cider, use whatever type. Pinch of black pepper.
And this is completely optional. If you have it, great. If you don't, no problem at all. This is nutritional yeast, so it just kind of gives a nice cheesy flavor to things, but definitely not essential, so don't worry about it if you don't use it. So now it's time for the blendy show. Yay, she's done. Okay, so beautiful looking cashew cream.
I'm going to turn the tomato sauce off its heat. It is now done, it's reduced, it's looking thick and delicious. What we're going to do is we're going to take a bowl and we're going to pour half the tomato sauce into the bowl and spread that tomato sauce out evenly. So that's our base layer of our 1 pot lasagna.
So now it's time to get our lasagna on.
So because we soaked these in boiling water for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, they're largely cooked.
So a real top tip is just to use scissors when you're chopping the lasagna sheets. Makes it so much easier. You can chop them into small bits and fit them into every little corner. So it's time to get our cashew cheese. So we're going to put kind of about 1/3 of it on top of it here now and then spread it out on top.
Generous dollops. Cashew cheese spread out beautifully. Next step, let's take our tomato sauce and let's layer it out on top of it.
So you just want it nice and level, and then it's time to get our pasta sheets back on top.
And because we soaked them, they're lovely and soft and pliable. Yeah. Okay, lasagna sheets are on. Now time to take the last bit of cashew cream and be really generous with it. Let's get loads of it. We want a really nice, big, generous helping on the top.
Okay, so as soon as that's spread out evenly, it's time to get your lid. We're gonna pop the pan back on a low heat. Take the lid, we're gonna leave it sit for probably
5 minutes.
5 to 7 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, just until it gets nicely hot and warm, and it'll kind of steam the sheets and bring it all together beautifully. Okay, so we've had that on for about 5 minutes. Now it's perfect as is, we can just chop it and serve it. But one thing which is really nice, if you do have an oven is, which we're gonna do is, pop it in the oven under the grill for 5 minutes just
until it browns up nicely.
Okay, so we've left her under the grill for about 7 minutes, I'd say.
And she's browned up beautifully, wait till you see.
Oh! She does look cool.
Okay, another top tip. Often people try to chop lasagna using a knife, and it ends up, they make this beautiful lasagna and it goes wriggly. Having run a cafe for years and served lasagna, the scissors is the perfect way to slice your lasagna. Look at that. Dreamy, woo! Grade A lasagna, check that out, look at that, dreamy. So served perfectly. As we mentioned, the scissors is the optimum way of chopping lasagna. Probably not what they do in Italy,
I am very, very, very excited about this.
Oh, this looks great. Jeez, it serves really, really well. Jeez, holds its form great. The tomato sauce is lovely and rich and creamy. Pasta's lovely and soft.
Costs €11. I'd say it feeds 6 people. And took us about 40 minutes to make.
Wow. The tomato sauce is lovely. Love the cashew coming through. It makes it really creamy.
That's amazing. I'm so pleased with that.
Genuinely surprised at how perfectly that ended up.
There you have it, 1-pot lasagna. I really was skeptical. We kind of adapted this as we went along, and it's perfect, really is. So
great dinner, delicious. Took 40 minutes. You do not need an oven. If you do have a grill, it will get that lovely veneer finish, but not to worry, it's absolutely perfect. Tasty, delicious, rocking.
Share this with any students that you know or anyone that you think would be into this type of stuff. Leave a comment, let us know what you think about it if you do try it. And thanks a million for watching. Cheers.
Bye.